From a standing position, the chair is here for support, for balance if you need it. You're welcome to keep a hand on the chair the whole time. Our first exercise, I'll give you the side view again. And if you'd like to add a little bit more, we'll add a mini squat. To review our squat technique, I'll give you the side view. Let's separate the feet a little bit wider than the hips. Start with that tall posture, engaging through those core muscles. And when we squat, as we hinge forward at the hips, we draw our bottom back behind us, almost like we're going to sit into a chair. We want to make sure those knees don't go past the toes and track towards the direction of the center of the toes. So it doesn't take, you don't have to go too deep to feel the work of the legs. And to come up, we'll press into the heels, squeeze the muscles of the legs to come all the way up. So let's add that hinge forward to work the core as well. So arms in whatever position feels most comfortable to you. Draw the shoulders down. And then let's hinge forward at the hips. Maybe add that little squat if you'd like. And then to rise back up, we'll stand up tall, maintaining that strong flat back. So mini squat, hinge forward, and then stand up tall. If you find that as we do this, the arms are a little uncomfortable, you can keep the hands onto the chair for a little bit more support. So find what works best for you, especially your joints. And then let's come back up, shake it out. Next, we have our little side squeezes. So if you are in a standing position, stand tall and comfortable. And then we'll slowly start to squeeze one side. And if you want a little bit more, lift the heel of the side that we are squeezing. So squeeze and then come back. Make sure we're not twisting through the spine. Little squeeze, maybe the heel lifts, and release. And then we'll squeeze. You can reach those fingertips a little bit further down. Release. Let's do 2 more times. Squeeze and release. And last time on the side, squeeze and release, working both sideways. Over to the other side. Little squeeze, maybe lift the heel, reach down as far as is comfortable, and then come back up, release. We'll squeeze and release 3 more times, working not only the side that's squeezing, but also the other side when we come back to an upright position. And then last time, we'll squeeze and release. Next are our leg lifts, focusing mostly on the lower abdominals, right underneath the navel, hand onto the chair if you're standing. Option is to keep a bend in the knee and just lift any amount. If you want a little bit more, we'll keep the leg relatively straight, still standing up tall. Engage through those lower belly muscles, lift the leg forward, any amount, where it doesn't take a lot, and then slowly release. Same side. We'll lift any amount, feel the squeeze of the lower belly, even the mid part of the abdominals. Lift and release. Let's do 2 more times, maintaining that upright position, shoulders over the hips, head pulling back over the tailbone, and release. You get some good strength work in the standing leg as well. Let's move over to the other side. Start with that really tall, upright posture. Engage to those lower belly muscles underneath the navel, and then start to draw the leg forward. You can bend the knee or you can keep it straight, and then release. I like to have my hand on the lower belly just as a reminder to make sure I'm engaging through those muscles to initiate the movement, but you will feel some strength work in the leg as well. And then one last time, squeeze, lift, and release, and shake it out. Now we'll do our hinge backs. I'll give you the side view. If you are in a standing position, we'll have our fingers on the back of the chair for a little support. And then we'll step one foot a little back behind the other. Have the feet about hip-bone distance apart so you feel nice and balanced. We're going to be playing with the shifting of the weight forward and back so you can really use your abdominals, the front part of the core, to stabilize yourself. So fingers on the chair for support, soft bend in those knees. And then we're going to hinge it back. As we hinge back, we'll transfer the weight into that back foot so you do have some support so we don't fall over. And we'll squeeze through the abdominals, and then use those abdominals to upright, so shoulders back over the hips. So let's hinge it back, feel the squeeze of the front abdominals, and then come back forwards. Remember, it doesn't take a lot of movement to really feel the work of those muscles. And let's do a few more times, leaning back. So these are the muscles that if you do happen to lose your balance and feel that you're kind of falling back behind you, these muscles can help to keep you upright. Let's do one more time. Lean it back and then come back up and shake it out. And then our final exercise is that little twist. So if you are standing, let's separate our feet a little bit wider than the hips. We'll come into a mini squat if you'd like. So remember when we squat, we draw our bottom back behind us when we hinge forward at the hips. So let's start first by standing up tall. And then we'll draw those arms forward, relax and pull those shoulders down. And we want to make sure from a standing position that the hips and the knees point forward. So we're not twisting at the hips. As we start to twist over to one side, let's have a little mini squat. Make sure those knees don't go past the toes and they track towards the center of the toes. And then when you come back to upright, we'll stand up tall. So mini squat and twist, hips and knees point forward and stand up tall. So 3 more times. And remember, if you prefer to just do the twist without any squats, you're welcome to stay upright or have those legs straight the whole time. Up to you how much you want to challenge your body. And then relax those arms, shake it out. And let's move over to the other side. Arms forward, shoulders down. And then let's find that little squat if you'd like as you twist to the other side and then stand up tall as you come back to center. So mini squat, twist, and center. 3 more times. Really making sure that the hips don't twist and the knees don't twist. And one last time, lots of good side core work, and come back to center. Release, shake it out. Whatever movement feels good to stretch it out.